Welcome to SMS-Magic's educational videos. In this video, we'll walk you through the process to configure consent method and content as a part of the multi-channel compliance process of the SMS-Magic Converse app on Salesforce. SMS-Magic is a top-rated conversational messaging solution that empowers businesses to drive user engagement, improve conversions, and market their offerings with a seamless integration with the leading CRM platforms. Let's see how the configuration of consent method and content works. Log in to your Salesforce org using your valid credentials. Click on the app menu icon on the top left corner to access the app launcher. Search for SMS-Magic Converse app in the search field. The Converse homepage will appear, where you can see details of your account, the plan that you have selected, available messaging credits, and an option to upgrade your plan. You can also see details such as messages sent, pending replies, messages received, and active conversations. Click on the Converse settings icon. On this SMS-Magic setup page, you need to complete the setup steps such as registration and setup, user management, message configuration, and sender ID and assignment. Now, go to the Multi-Channel Compliance option. Here, you can manage region-specific messaging compliance across multiple channels. Use the toggle switch to enable or disable compliance rules as needed. Once you set up the consent database, you need to set up the consent method and content. Click on the link to know more about consent for source. Click on the link to know more about how consent mode selection works. Consent mode selection involves choosing how you collect and manage user consents. For opt-in, recipients actively agree to receive messages. For opt-out, recipients receive messages by default and can choose to unsubscribe. For pending, consent status is pending confirmation. For double opt-in, recipients confirm their consent twice, enhancing verification. For no consent, recipients have not given consent to receive messages. The interfaces that you can configure with these consent methods can be categorized based on the type of messages that they are used for sending. The consent method can be selected from the drop-down list placed below each category name. Automated conversations are driven by pre-configured automated responses or chatbots. They are used to provide quick and predefined answers to common queries without human intervention, enhancing efficiency and response time. The automated conversation sources include all sources such as Converse apps and process builders help you send automated messages. Bulk conversations involve sending the same message to multiple recipients simultaneously. This is commonly used for announcements, promotions, or updates when the content is the same for all recipients. Bulk conversation sources include record list view, campaign managers, reports, and Salesforce campaigns that help you send bulk messages. Interactive conversations enable two-way communication where both parties can exchange messages in a real-time and dynamic manner. This type of conversation allows for more personalized and responsive interactions, making it suitable for customer support or complex discussions. Interactive conversation sources include all sources such as the Send Message window in Converse Desk, Converse Inbox, and Record View help you send one-to-one messages to a single customer. In Consent for Source, click on the drop-down list beneath the relevant message interface name to select the consent mode. If consent required is selected, then you can send messages to only those customers who have provided explicit opt-in instructions. If consent not required is selected, then you can send messages to all customers except those who have specifically provided opt-out instructions. This can only be used in countries where compliance guidelines dictate that you can continue sending messages to customers until you receive an opt-out instruction. If consent not applicable is selected, then you can send messages to all customers without checking for any consent details. This can be used by businesses sending out emergency messages or those who use their own internal compliance guidelines. If you wish to take consent on specific content or programs, create a new content type and also choose the consent mode required. For creating a new content type, click on Create New. Start by providing a name for your new content type in the designated field. And choose the consent mode that aligns with your messaging strategy. Decide whether to set message sending limits. If so, Specify the limit by entering a value in the provided field. And select whether the limit applies per day or per month from the drop-down list. Indicate which conversation sources, automated, bulk, interactive conversations, this content type will be used for. Ensure you've selected the relevant sources to suit your communication needs. Double-check the entered details, and when you're ready, click the Next button to proceed. In Step 2, choose the sender ID from the drop-down list that will be associated with this content type. Specify the opt-in keywords, separated by a comma, and create the message that users will receive upon successful opt-in. Define the opt-out keywords, separated by a comma, and enter the message that users will receive after successfully opting out. Double-check all the entered details. When you're satisfied with the configuration, click the Validate and Next button to proceed. In Step 3, you can choose the opt-out settings as per your requirements. The new message type appears on the Content Type table. Once the content type configuration is created, you will have to first update the status of the content type created as active. For this, select the specific content type, click on the arrow button and select Change Status option. Change the content type status to Enabled and click Save. You can also perform multiple options like Edit, View Details, and deleting the content type by click on the arrow button and select the required options as per your requirement. Once you are done with configuring the consent method and content, click on the Save button to save the consent settings. Once you are done with this step, click on the Step 3 for configuring the double opt-in settings to ensure explicit and verified consent for messaging, enhancing data accuracy and compliance. That's it. You've now configured consent method and content for multi-channel compliance for your SMS-Magic Converse account. Thank you for watching.